Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Film Hobbies. This is Season 18, Episode 3 of Tainted, Grail, Red Death. We just wrapped up round number 2. Our heroes are on the Merlin Tower. Merlin Tower, they've been exploring Merlin Tower for about 2 turns now. And our new miniatures are from the Mounted Heroes box set. We've got Bayor on what looks like to be a giant boar. We've got Maggot and Ailey on her stag. And we're going to jump right back into Merlin's Tower. Our goal in this one is to get to Arthur's Castle Camelot, one of the strategic points for our quest in Chapter 6, Part 1. So we'll jump into that right after this. First, we're going to have a quick message from this channel's sponsor, and then we'll jump right into round number 3. Thank you guys for watching. Pontus Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got the 6 volumes of August Moldenhauer and Giuseppe Balsamo's Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence, including the Hermeticism of Hastur, Genealogy of Cthulhu, Necromancy of Nyarlathotep, and also featuring our hardcover edition of the Catu Journals. We've also got the 3 volumes of August Moldenhauer's Artificial Psychoanalysis Desiring Machines, also available in our hardcover edition. We've also got our podcast series featuring the Esoteric Saturn Mysteries, the Esoteric Dragon Mysteries, and also Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, a deep dive into what makes Frank Herbert's Dune Saga resonate with us. We've got a special sponsor this month, Nereus Media, featuring Benson Magos' Flowing the Tears of the Flesh Android and the Trump trilogy ending in The God Emperor Trump. Finally, we've got our newest offering, The Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands, taking place in Lovecraft's Dreamlands. Each volume takes place in a different Lovecraft city. Aimless in the Dream City of Cellarface, Hope's Home in Iron-Domed Dalathleen, Stubborn Devotions in Thrawn with the Temple of Hypnos. Check out the bookstore link, check out our Patreon. Now back to our gameplay. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into round number 3. Let's go back to Merlin's Tower. And let's climb up the tower this time. We tried to climb the tower last time, but Merlin's Tower, it says, though countless small floors, a spiral staircase is staggering heights and dizzying depths. Regardless of which direction you choose, hundreds upon hundreds of steps await you. If we don't have Forlorn Splendor Part 6, I don't think we have Forlorn Splendor Part 6. No. So let's climb. The wizard's study, with all his books and with commanding view of the city and its surroundings, is somewhere to the top. 200 or 300 feet above you. Wow, go to verse 1. Up and up you climb, cutting through many floors of quiet rooms, libraries, and workshops. The knowledge contained in this tower is staggering. You can't wait to see what's at top. If you have all parts of the Chronicles of the Plague, we only have 2 parts. Go to verse 5, otherwise read on. Suddenly, a strange premonition stops you in your tracks. There are so many things you don't understand about the city, the plague, and the Danse Macabre. Are you ready for what lies ahead? Hint, this is the last place you can turn back from. If you wish to gather initial stratuses or explore any parts of Canlan, do so now. Keep climbing up. Pay 1 health per 1 energy per character, so I'll pay that 1 per character. And it says go to verse 5. Okay, here we go. We're in the thick of it now. Oh my gosh, it's a long one for this passage. Okay, your head spins from the constant climb up the narrowing spiral staircase. Always up, always right, turn after turn, until the only thing you see is the narrow windows in the blue sky, free of miasma that was left far below. You get so used to this monotonous climb, you stop startled when something changes. The tail of a long white serpent lies across the floor, the rest of the body disappearing higher up. You rub your eyes and realize it's no serpent. It's the end of a long, coiling scroll, sewn together from countless pieces of vellum. Intrigued, you walk up and take the end of the scroll. This is the first chronicle of Camlan. Final, because I am the last historian alive, and soon I might well be the last sane man alive. In this tower, far from the call of the dance, and far from the corruption of miasma, with all of the city in plain sight. Speaking of which, I'm going to move the Danse Macabre down one more. With all the city in plain sight of my spyglasses, I intend to use my immortality to gain the account of the years after the fall of the Red Empire, after the dance took all of us that remained. Day 23, month of Yule, year 563 of the Red Empire. After the dance nearly claimed me, I left the domicile and entered the castle using the key from our old town. I cleared some rooms and set up my post at the top of the tower, bringing here all necessary apparatuses for the observation of Camland and its surrounding. Day 24, month of Yule, year 563 of the Red Empire. The domicile empties, only the gatekeeper and some lost souls are still there. The dance grew. It is now the Golden Alley, and it has just bounced back from the closed castle gates. Fortunately, its music can't reach me here. Day 25, month of Yule, year 563 of the Red Empire. A riding party of Picts encountered the city in the south. Unusually, they used canoes in the shanty town. I've seen most of them killed by the plague beasts. One ran and disappeared from my sight. Day 26. The scroll goes on, floor after floor, never ending like the stairs, with minute descriptions of every day, year after year, decade after a decade. You eventually stop reading to get to the top faster. Finally, you emerge in Merlin's study at the top. Go to, this is going to be one, 5. So we go to 115. 115 in the Book of Secrets. The author of the scroll is now before you, a pathetic, lanky figure with bent back and head stooping over the scrolls. The miasma doesn't spare him, but his mutations are unique. A coil of red veins and nerves extends from his face like a tangle of snakes and goes across the floor to brass spyglasses and telescopes. Standing on the balcony and in all windows, tentacled eyeballs stuck to them like parasites. Whoa. The chronicler slowly turns to you, as if he could see you in his eyeless face, and then goes back to writing. Intrigued, you approach and look over your shoulder. Day 3, month of Awast, year 1687 of the Red Empire. I was discovered by the agents of the Eternal Dance. Now they are in my study, pondering their next move, and reading my chronicles. From what I've seen, they do not bear ill will. Who knows what the dance could seed in their minds during the decades they spent with us. Decades? You suddenly feel your knees going soft. Speak to the chronicler or read more of his scroll. Speak to the chronicler or read more of his scroll. Okay, so I'll just do speak to the chronicler. He notes in his scroll that you spoke to him. Go to verse 760. Okay, that's read more of his scroll, 760. So that's interesting. He writes us into the scroll. 760, you trace back from the freshly written text and find out the chronicler meticulously noted every detail of your recent adventures in the city. You go back day by day, reliving the experiences in your mind. Then your hand begins to shake as you reach a passage that seems impassable. Day 20, month of Melfin, year 1657 of the Red Empire. Today the dance did something I have never observed before. It willingly freed a part of itself, returning to this part its own mind, face, and volition. I recognize the face, a traveler who comes to this city from Avalon precisely 78 years ago. You feel as if you're sinking. You browse the days and weeks before this event and see no mention of yourself on your landing. Is it some trick? Is this hellish creature playing with your mind? Accuse the chronicler of lying, kill the chronicler, read the previous part of the scroll. I don't want to attack this chronicler. Let's just go to, you descend one flight of stairs before you find another entry about yourself. Day 17, month of Gorfin, year 1588 of the Red Empire. The traveler from Avalon walked straight into the dance and was taken. A sad ending to a promising story. 78 years. You've spent 78 years in the dance. Wow, that's crazy. No wonder why you couldn't locate the foreigner you met in the port district. They could very well be dead by now. You slowly look into the large mirror hanging on the wall study. You now realize that your skin is wrinkled and orange. You stand in some sort of illusion clouding your senses. You're part of a dance, free from movement, for a reason you can't fathom. Feeling your head spin, you leave the study and slowly walk down the stairs. Each character gains 1 terror. And then we go to verse 850. 850, you're halfway down the tower when you begin to hear the eerie music of the dance macabre drawing you closer. By the way, here's the dance macabre. Okay. Freakish. Whistling dancers. It's far too close for comfort. Did the chronicler say the procession couldn't enter the castle? Suddenly, your blood runs cold as you remember something. You run towards the nearest window and look down. The gate. You left it open, and now the dance macabre is in the courtyard of Unity. Where's the courtyard of Unity? You quell your panic. Camelot is a vast place. Surely you can move around this infernal mob. You run down the stairs as fast as you can, barreling into the abandoned throne. Then a wave of music hits you. You try to block your ears and move toward the secret passage of the Shrine of Lessons. But the sound echoing in the long corridors of the castle, amplified by the vast hall, appears to surround you. You grab your head and scream, but the music is still there, digging itself into your body, causing your limbs to twitch. Relent. Listen. Come. Finally, you run, screaming like a madman toward the music. You are no longer yourself. You are one with the dance. Go to verse 820. It's hard to focus. Music, all-devouring music. Your thoughts, your body join the dance. Glorious music. But some of your thoughts remain. Now that you've reunited, save the rhythm. You begin to understand why you spat out the procession in the first place. Dance on dance on dance. Dance on, dance on, dance on. The dance macabre is growing conscious of the fact that it's spent. Give yourself to the harmonies. Centuries repeating over and over. There's a longing for freedom. No dance is freedom. Dance is all. A growing hope for something. We finally must interrupt the madness. Even this something is death. No, we must dance. Congratulations, you've completed your quest. Discard all characters, their character trays, decks, skills, and any other components. Do not save their state. Discard all characters. Really? Okay. Place all Camelin locations. 436, 434, 432, 431, 430, and 428 on the table. Attach location 422, the red altar. The red altar. 422, the red altar. I want to go to Castle Camelot though. What's going on? I guess I was in the tower of Castle Camelot. Okay, so we'll set all that up. Down the city. If your miasma is medium, gain 3 volition. Gain a secret card and finally resolve Chapter 7, Part 2. Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for the round. We'll come back in the next round. So, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in round number 4. Bye-bye.